Alright guys, we got the keys on here. Let's verify the complaint. Alright. Don't start. Alright, let's go over some basic tests on this first and find out what we don't have. Now, we put a video out there, guys, for guys and girls. If you have a vehicle that don't start, you gotta have spark, you gotta have injector pulse, you gotta have fuel pressure, and you gotta have compression. One of those we're not gonna have. One or more we're not gonna have. So let's go out here and now you don't have to do it in that order. You do it in the order of which one's more easily accessible. That's how you do that. So let's go out here, look up under the hood, and see what we're gonna test first. We'll be right back. Alright, man, everything's just covered up under here. Alright, the first one, let's pop this cover off right here. It's supposed to pop off more than that. Looks like this one's broken, this one's missing and broken, and that one's broken. So you definitely gotta let the customer know, or they will blame you for that. Alright, so looking up under here. Side. Let's see what's easy to get to here. Dang, nothing's easy to get to. Nothing at all. I guess the easiest thing we can do is check for spark. And to check for spark, what we're gonna do is find we're gonna go to this ignition coil over here. Since, wait a minute, let me see if that one's easier to get to. No, that one's difficult to get to. I'll go on this side, you can see it better. We got an ignition coil right down there. Now what we're gonna do is pull that ignition coil out, plug it back up, and put a spark tester between the ignition coil and the spark plug and see if it's got spark. In fact, this is loose. We're gonna loosen this up and move this over to the side. All right. And what is that held down by? A 10mm bolt. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, I got a 10mm deep 3/8 drive and my cordless nut driver here. Definitely get you one of these. Let's go over here, loosen up the clamp. Let's try to bring this over to the side. Great. Now to unplug that coil, you have a connector right here, and you see the little tab right there. You got to push that tab down and at the same time pull the connector back. I'm going to try to do this matter of fact, so you can see it. This finger is going to push that tab down, and the screwdriver, oops, is going to back it up. It's still good. All right, now we're going to use our same 10mm and take out that 10mm bolt. Twist the coil a little bit to loosen it up from being sealed, and pick it up. Let's go get our spark tester and we'll be right back. Alright guys, this is what you call a spark tester. Go to Harbor Freight. You can get them for like $4.99, $5.99, $3.99 on sale. Now as the car cranks, there should be a spark going from that coil to the plug. This light, this is the whole light in here. It's going to light up when that spark goes through it. So this end is going to go down to the spark plug. This is going to be kind of a tight fit here. This end is going to go onto the coil. And then what we got to do is somehow get this to plug up. Cool, we got it plugged up. Now, when I crank the car, you should see that light up, flash. Okay, here we go.
It didn't flash.
It didn't flash?
No.
Let's try it again.
There you go.
Huh?
It flashed one time. Maybe it's not connected right.
But it didn't like continuously flash?
No, just one time.
Wait a minute, here's something right here then. This thing's Well, then we got a problem here with this then, unless we're not making a connection here. Let's try this.
Okay, I saw a flash.
It was flashing?
Yeah.
Alright, that's almost scared me for a minute. So you guys, you gotta pay attention. Make sure your connections are good, or it might lead you to a false diagnostics. Alright, so we know we're getting spark. So what we can do is disable this. Take all this out, put our coil back in, and plug all this back up and move on to our next test. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, now we got spark. Now usually I would check injector pulse, but it looks like to get to the injectors on this thing really suck. So the next easiest thing to check is fuel. Now luckily on this, the fuel tank is located under the rear seat, so we're gonna go back there and check it back there first to make sure we're getting power to the fuel pump and the fuel pump comes on. And at this time, definitely pull out your power probe if you have it, or you can pull out a test light, but I recommend you having a power probe. So let's go check that out. We'll be right back. All right, as I said, the fuel pump is located under the rear seat. It's on this side, the driver's side. Now to get this up, the seat just comes up easy. You just gotta pull on it. It might take a little muscle. What you're gonna do is grab it to the front on each side, right about here, and pick it up just like that. To the other side, pick it up. Make sure the seatbelt buckles go through the seat, and your seat is going to have 2 tabs on each side. So just make sure when you put it back, they go up under there. So now you're going to set this to the side. What I like to do is set it on the roof of the car, but I set it upside down. I'll put this side to the roof so it don't scratch or anything. All right, and here is your fuel pump cover. Now, as you notice, there's no bolts on this thing, because there is no. The only thing it is glue. So get your fingers up under it, or this is pretty sharp too. So no, don't get your fingers. Don't put your fingers up here. Get you a flat screwdriver. So let's get a flat screwdriver, and we'll be right back. All right, now before we pry this up, this thing, when you set this thing is an alignment to put it back down. You're gonna notice right here, there's a little cutout. Then there's a little bump right there. That lines up with that when you go to push it back. And right here is a little corner that lines up right there. Why they did this, guys, I have no idea. Now, your fuel pump is going to be located right here. There's going to be a few wires. Now, let's go get... I'm going to try to open this up, and we can see the wires right there. Now, let's go get your power probe. I'm going to get the power probe. I'm not even going to use a test light. I'm going to use a power probe. And we're going to test the power going back here, and we're going to test ground. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys. Now, what I got here is my little probe right here. I love this thing. So, the blue wire, there's a blue wire. There we go. That's the positive. That's the feed to it. And then there's a white wire with a black line, and that's ground. First of all, what we're gonna do is let's test ground. I'm gonna get this hooked in there some kind of way. Okay. Now, I got my power probe hooked up. So when I touch this right now, this thing should light up green over here. There's a negative sign, and it's gonna make a sound. All right, so we know we have ground. Now the next thing we're gonna do is switch over to the blue wire, and then we're gonna put the key on for a second, and there should be hot. Should be hot. All right, so let's hook this up. Wait a minute, that's a problem. Right now, let me wiggle this plug around. Right now, this should show a ground as in completing the circuit into the pump. You know, I'm gonna show you a quick little lesson, guys, on this. Let's grab our power probe, and I'm gonna grab a bulb, and I'm gonna teach you a little bit about this. And you can use it for any electrical component. All right, we'll be right back. All right, here we have a bulb. Now, in order for this bulb to work, it's got to have a ground and it's got to have positive. Now, ground is on the outside and positive is right there. Now, when I touch this bulb right now, our power probe's not doing nothing. Now, what this thing does is, inside here, there's a filament. The filament starts from there, goes up, goes across the filament inside, and it comes back down to the ground side. So right now it's a complete circuit, but I don't know that until there's a ground or something or positive hooked up to this bulb. So pretend this is the fuel pump, and you're gonna have, in order for us to work, it's positive and negative. Now I just did this, I got nothing, or I just did this and I got nothing. I went to the positive, I tested the positive and I got nothing. Now what I'm gonna do here is touch the bulb, the side of the bulb, to the touch the side of the bulb to the negative battery terminal. Now what's going to happen when I touch that?
Well, you are touching it, nothing.
Now with the power probe, the tip of the power probe.
It should light up.
It should light up what? Hot or negative?
Oh, come on. It should light up, dang it.
All right, so it should light up ground because it's completing the circuit. So what I'm gonna do here is take my power probe, touch right there. Look at that.
It didn't light up. Oh, the power probe lighted up. Oh, I thought the bulb would light up.
That's because it completed the circuit. Now, if that filament was broken inside, when I did this, I would get nothing. It'd be just like that. That's an easy way of testing all electrical components that have to work by battery voltage or so. Now, if I take my power probe, let me cut the sound off. If I take my power probe now, and if you on your power probe, you can flip the button forward, and you can see the little red light light up. That means right now that tip is positive. So now this is going to be kind of bright. So when I touch it here, you see it lights up green to let me know I got a complete circuit. The light comes on. You completed that circuit, you ground, and now you hit it with positive. But if that one side is not, now you notice how my power probe has a green light on it for negative. As soon as I take it away, it's not there. Just like the fuel pump. Now I hit it forward now, the light's not going to do nothing because it's the other end is not connected to anything. So already, just by doing that test right there, I know our fuel pump is dead. Now, what we're going to do now is go back there and unplug the fuel pump, and we're going to check that connector to see if any of the pins are loose or anything like that that's causing it. All right, let's go back there. We'll be right back. All right, guys, so already we're good. Let's unhook this. Now, to unplug this, it's got a tab right here in the front, and you're going to push that tab back to the connector and then unplug it. All right, we're going to turn this over. Look at all the pins inside. Make sure everything is good, everything is clean. Then you're going to go over here, and this looks really good over here too. Inside here, can you see inside there?
Part of it.
All right, you know, we're gonna do a different view, and I'll get inside and we'll switch around. Okay, guys, we'll be right back. All right, now I'm inside the car. You guys on the side. You can see our pins look really good, man. Nothing look burnt or anything. So 100%, guys, when you do that test right there, you're 100% you got a bad pump. There's a bad pump in here. So what we're gonna do is this got to be changed now. All right, so first all you want to do, guys, is get you a rag or something. I'm gonna get an airline, and you're gonna blow all the dirt around here because you don't need that stuff getting inside. inside the tank, and the new fuel pump is sucking that up. So let me get an air hose. I'm gonna blow this off, and we'll be right back. All right, we got it blown off. Now we're gonna disconnect our two lines.
Oh, dirty.
It's clean, Sylvia, it's clean. All right, now you're gonna have two yellow tabs here. You're gonna grab these yellow tabs by the end right here, wiggle it, and pop them right back, just like that. You might wanna squeeze them in and take them out, put them to the side. Pop that one out, put that to the side. Both of them are the same, so you don't have to get them confused. And then you wanna carefully just twist the lines back and forth and pick it up. Just like that, guys, just that easy. Okay. And try not to get them confused. If you want, take a little marker. Now I know this one's clean and that one's dirty, so this one's clean over there. Okay, I just cleaned that one off too, dang it. Alright, the next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna have 8mm or 5/16 bolts. So get my same cordless impact with an 8mm deep 3/8 drive, and take all of them up. So let's get them up and we'll be right back. Alright guys, I took this last one out. It starts springing up. Now, take notice of how everything is positioned. It's pretty easy. Now, at this time right here, what I'm going to do is, well, I can get this out of the way. What I'm going to do now is get a pan, and you want to position the pan someplace so you can take this up, take the fuel pump up, and put it in instead of getting gas all inside the car. So, let's get a pan, and I'll be right back. Alright, we got a little pan here. Let's pick our fuel pump assembly up. Man, this is a big assembly. Now this container right here, I don't know if you can see the line right there. This thing got a lot of gas in it, so you got to be careful taking this thing out. Now, what we're gonna do here is you got a hose right here that's leading to the other side. So we're gonna get a pair of pliers and we're gonna pull that hose off. Can you hold it right there? Hold it, matter of fact,
I got it.
go ahead. Alright guys, so let me get a pair of pliers and we'll be right back. Alright guys, got a pair of pliers here. Let's get that clamp back and that hose. Yeah, that's gonna suck when you gotta go put that, hook that back up. Get our float, put it over here to the side, and put it right inside the pan. Alright, let's order us a new pump, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we got a new Delphi pump. There's the part number in case you need to order it. Take this out. And I feel like a video showing a new product and how you take it out the bag and all. And this is cool. The Delphi, check that out. Comes with new screws, new gasket, and new clips. You get one of them cheap pumps. I guarantee you won't have that in there. All right, so we set this up. Alright, let's take this rubber band off. You know what, guys, let me get this stuff taken off and I'll be right back. Alright, now let's position it to the same way the other one is. Alright, cool.
You don't have to take that little thing off?
This right here?
Yeah.
Here, Sibby. There you go, Sibby. Alright, we took that off. We got the two caps, 3 things at the top. Somebody tried to put it on with these on here. That would suck. Alright, now this ring right here will come right off. This ring gonna have a little tab on it, and it's gonna line up right there on that tab when we go to put everything back together. It's gonna line up just like that. We're not done yet. See up under here, got the old ring. Just open this up. Doesn't matter which way you put it. So you gotta put it down here first. Go around. Up. And it's gonna go right up just like this. Now on the side over here, why this here, I have no idea why this is here, guys. It's not even on the other one. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be in there or something or whatever, but it's not stopping it from coming up. So I just don't want to take this out and not thinking it going nowhere, but right now it doesn't go anywhere. Oh, wait a minute. Does that thing come out of there? It's supposed to be into there. No, it wouldn't do that because it wouldn't fit over there. Right? You know, this sucks when no, that wouldn't go over there. Oh man. Or maybe this, no, that, I've got two little clips holding that in, so that don't come out. Any suggestions? I would not have an idea why that's there, guys. Unless, now this thing moves around like this. Maybe it stops that. Maybe it was stopping this from moving at one time. Because, you know, I'm going to take that out because I don't want that thing interfering. And it sucks because it won't even come out. This sucks. This really sucks. Let's see.
Beats me.
Huh?
Beats me.
It looks like it's got a clip right there, but that can't be it. Because that would just hit and that would be in the way and everything. What if I go across that way? I can't leave this on and I don't want to break it. You know, guys, let's look up something and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we just, I don't know, messed around and figured it out that it latches down across there and clips into place. It looks like it's just like an added security for those gray tabs. So, alright, we got it. Alright, let's go and bring this over to the vehicle and install it. We'll be right back. Alright, we're ready to install. Sylvia made me get the long needle nose pliers and reach down there, grab the hose, stick the sender in first, then while we're up here, put the hose in. Dang it. And let's get our clamp our clamp up. Okay. Make sure the clamp was up like that. Okay, now let's slowly lower our assembly in there. And I know I gotta turn it because this was set like this. Alright. Okay. Oh man, this sucks. Yeah, this is a... Should have put some glue on that thing. No. Alright. It's down. Where the heck is the ring at? So let's get our ring. We got the little tab right there. Let's put it over there like that. Put it down. Alright, first line it up with the pump. And now we turn the pump to like, you gotta be kidding me. I left the screws out there, so what I'm gonna do is take two old ones.
You want me to go get them?
Yeah. And then we're gonna put this into place just to keep that held down. And then we're gonna get the new screws. Alright, so let me put that down there. Alright, and I'll be right back. Alright, we got our new screws and we got our washers. And what you want to do is go around and put them in by a couple of threads by hand so you don't cross thread them. Now tightening these back up, we're not going to use our impact. We're going to be using a 1/4" drive ratchet, a 6" 1/4" drive extension, and I'm using a 5/16 1/4" drive socket, but you can 8mm is just as good. Alright, so let's get all these started and then we'll go tighten up a few of them with you and then you'll be on your own. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, now we're ready to tighten it up. Now when you want to tighten it up, you want to tighten it up crossways. So I'm going to start right here, bring it down till it barely stops, then go over here. Now once you get it down like that, then you can just keep going around, skipping, and just bring them all down evenly. Now once you get them all down evenly, then you're ready to tighten it up. And this is where you gotta pay attention to where you're going. So now I got them all down, so I'm gonna start right here. I'm gonna bring it down till it stops and a little bit more. That's it. I'll go across to here. Because these bolts are so small, it's very easy to strip them out or break them. So you're gonna go down till it stops and a little bit more. So we got those two done. So now I'm gonna go across here, and then I'm gonna go across here, and then I'm gonna go across there. Alright, so let's get those tightened up and we'll be right back. Alright guys, now we're ready to grab our lines. And that's all you can do is just push them down. These got to be the most easiest fuel lines I have ever done. Push that down. Grab our new clips. I think I spoke too soon. There we go. Put that one in. Pop that one in. Then take our connector. Maybe you should go baby nail now. I think maybe you should be on the other side. I don't know. Can you see this good? Okay, pop that in until it clicks. Now, what we're going to do now is our blue wire. Let's do our test now. Hook up our probe. Let me get this thing hooked up to the blue wire. Hook it up to the blue wire. Now, we got a good fuel pump. There's no question about it. When we touch this to this,
When we touch to what?
When we touch this tip,
Oh,
to this right here, what should happen?
the red light should come on.
No,
Oh,
ground, because the other side of that is grounded, so the ground should come on.
okay.
Bam.
Bam.
See that? Simple, just like that. Just as easy way of testing any electrical component. So we know now our fuel pump is working. Now, if you want, what you can do is hook this up like this. And you want to test the fuel pump. Test the wiring to it. You hook this up. Now, when I go start the car, that should turn red. So let me go over here. Okay, I'm inside the car.
Yep. It turned red.
It's turning red, but you know,
It's
it took a long time for the fuel to get up there. But as you can see, the car is running right now, and our power probe is showing, well, it's showing actually 10.2 volts. Well, I believe it should have been showing more, but oh yeah, no, it's not, because this car has a fuel pump resistor. So it's not going to allow the full voltage to come back here, alternate voltage to 12 or 14 volts. So we are going to resist. It's going to be, because of the resistor, we're down to 10.2. But there you go. Perfect. Just like that, you can save yourself some money. Get it. Now you can also, you know, what we're going to do, let me shut this off. And what we're going to do here is we're going to do that bulb test with a test light. I want to see if you can do it with a test light as well. And see how dim the light comes out. Now just notice we had a check engine light on this, so we might have to clear some codes out. But, oh yeah, let's get this thing back together and all. We'll be right back. Alright guys, now if you had a test light, you hook this up to the ground, you touch this side right here, and look at that, guys. The test light, you can see the test light?
Oh.
The test light actually would lights up. If I pull it away from the battery terminal, it's away. So just testing that alone right there lets me know that the bulb is good. It's got a complete circuit. I can't test the bulb because I'm using a test light. So you definitely want to get yourself a power probe. All right, let's get this back seat back in. And the car sounded kind of rough. So what we're going to do here is we're going to pull some codes to see what's going on as well. But let's get that back seat back in. We'll be right back. All right, guys, let's first get this cover back on. And remember what I told you, that little dot right there, that little bump, line it up with that. And then line that up, this corner, like that. And then you're just going to push down. Okay. Take your gloves off, because my gloves got some kind of stuff around there that glue.
And you gotta take the clips, the yellow clips are.
See what's happening with over here. I left them under that. All right. Now remember those tabs I was telling you about on each side. You're gonna make sure those tabs are underneath, and this is kind of difficult because first you gotta reach up under here and grab the seatbelt buckles and get them through. You know what I'm gonna do is pick it up this way.
I got real bad lighting over here.
Pick it up this way and try to. The other one in. Son of a biscuit. You know, guys, this just sucks. Okay, got one in. Got it up under. Now, go inside here and try to reach up under the seat. And this side has one, so it should be a little easier. Should be. Ask the customer if they got kids. If they don't got no kids, just leave it up under the seat.
No, don't do that.
All right, got that through. Make sure the seat is back. Now up under here, you're gonna have the little tab. You want me to get a light?
No.
See my finger right there?
Yeah.
And then it goes inside the slot down there. So you might have to push back on the seat and just push it down. Get the other side done, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we pulled the codes. We got 7 codes. We got a lot of pending codes. PO300 is pending.
Let me find the right.
You know what? Let me set this up in a better position. Be right back. All right, we're back. Okay, we got PO300, which is pending, but we did start it up, and I said it did run kind of rough, and the customer did verify that it does run rough. She had somebody pull the codes, and the codes they did come up with is the PO441. They didn't say PO445.
Yes, they did.
Oh, they did. This is okay. Those two, the current ones, and this one's history, pending, pending, pending. This one right here, PO441, will cause a rough idle, and she says when she's driving down the road, she smelled gas coming through the gas fumes coming through the vent. That will cause that as well. We're not going to really get into explaining this code on this video. If you want, we'll do another video on this, explain to you, but it's very simply explained. So what's so funny?
Nothing.
So what we're gonna do is clear out all the codes. We're gonna locate where her purge valve is. More than likely, guys, those 90% of the time, those are the problem. Again, we're not gonna get into this. All right, so let's get this car back together, and we'll be right back.